So 3/4 of a year have gone by. Let's check out our dirt to rich soil update garden. And yeah, we got a bit of a surprise. So this is by our ladder that goes up to our roof. And these are beans that grow on a small tree or a big bush. They're called pigeon peas. So if you recall some of our previous videos, they were real little guys and started growing up. This is our mulberry tree. Let's trace it down. So here is one end of the dirt to rich soil garden, and it extends, you can see the border here, on down that direction. So let's go ahead and get a little closer and see what we've got going on here. So let me get to right where we can see it all, and then I'm gonna just pan through it. So we're at a new point here. Now the milestone that we're at now is the plants that are in here. We have gone through intensive weeding. So if you recall, first we let all of the weeds grow. In fact, all of this dead mulch material are the weeds. Now there's some that are starting to sprout back, some of the bushes. That's okay. Those ones I'm cool with, and we're letting them grow. But just in this area, we've got a little papaya. We've got some Cuban oregano, a canna lily. We've got a mango tree. I'm just gonna do these by texts, because if I bring my finger in, it's gonna zoom out. So we've got cassava, we've got aloe, we've got, in fact, another little pigeon pea growing. We've got, let's see, oh, what do they call those? Pitanga. We've got a little avocado tree. This is a trunk of another pigeon pea that grows up. It's starting to mist here. Well, okay, here we've got a bunch of Cuban oregano, another avocado. All these avocados are from seed, so they probably won't be, like a Hass avocado. They'll be a tropical avocado, which is a little more watery, but that's okay. We still like them. We've got poleo, which is a bushy herb that is like a faint peppermint flavor. We've got ani, which is like Mexican tarragon, I believe. Had to cut back the lemongrass because that got tall. But look at this. If I come back a little bit, look at all of these pigeon peas. All of this thing is loaded. All of this is food from an area that was functionally rock, right? And this looks like it's gonna break any moment from the weight of this stuff. But this is, a ton of just protein, fiber rich food that is absolutely amazing. I couldn't have asked for more out of these pigeon peas, which really goes to show like this plant can do well on very poor soil with just some mulch. Now, this is a grass that is it's called guinea grass. We'll cut that back. That's one of our mulch makers. Got another little cassava in there, hard to see. We've got a bougainvillea that I'm gonna try to train to go up the cliff. We've got a chaya. So chaya is a leafy green that can grow into a big bush or a small tree. I cut it back to encourage new growth. Got another cassava there. We got a banana, which is a little worse for wear. We're coming out of a couple of weeks of hot and dry temperatures. So yeah, he's a little worse for wear. These are some Mexican sunflowers, Tithonia diversifolia. I've already cut it back once. It is putting out a lot more flowers, but that is an amazing fertilizer generator. Its nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium content is on par, if not better, than manure. So if you mulch that around your plants, it's like mulching manure around your plants, but you don't have the risk of spreading E. coli and salmonella and other diseases. So that's great. This area is mostly Cuban oregano. We do have this hyacinth bean in here. I'm mostly using it for nitrogen fixing. You can see it blossoming there. We've got some beans coming in right up there, but again, that's mostly nitrogen fixing. The dry spell, and this is the second year for the sugar cane. So yeah, it's decrepit. I was wondering what would happen if you let it go for another year. And no, looks like replanting is your best bet. We've got a leucaena in there that is a nitrogen fixing tree. I just cut it back every now and then. Our plantains down here are doing well, mother and daughter. This pigeon tree it has not started producing yet. My goodness, when this thing does start to produce, though, it's already starting to get, here's a little closer, these little tips which will flower out. The honeybees love the flowers. Yeah, that thing's going to be producing loads. Got a little cucumber down here. If you've got a banana tree or banana trunks, take them, cut them in half up and down, and lay them down. It encourages more humidity around the soil for the base of your plants. A little natural irrigation tip. And a little pepper plant and a cocoa plum, another canna lily. All right, that's a lot of plants. What you didn't really see, I mean, we've got guinea grass, but what you really didn't see are the weeds. So again, like I've still got a little bit. So like here's some grass. This is a running grass, but I will occasionally some mornings just pick a couple square feet of area and really intensively weed it. So now that I've got sufficient ground cover, all I need to do is select for the edible plants and pull out the inedible plants, and I'm good to go. So yeah, this is great. I've even got a passion fruit vine in here. I'm going to train to go up the ladder and then across this wire that goes along. You might hear Nia in the background. She doesn't like being without me, and so I'm outside, so she wants to be outside. If I go inside, she wants to be inside. So what's the soil at? Well, the soil hasn't yet improved a ton, that's for sure. A lot of the fertility just immediately seems to be taken up by the plants. That's the tropics for you. But we're getting there. I mean, it's just rain, so it's again hard to see. But these upper layers are starting to get a little more dark material to them. So one of these future videos, I'm going to be doing a side-by-side. I'll probably take some of the soil that's just eroded from this cliff, which all of this used to be, and compare the two, one fistful in one fistful another. I've got a bunch of pots back there, a lot of chias, and some pots further back there have some new cranberry hibiscus that I'm excited for. So yeah, we went through the stage where we just covered the soil with all sorts of biomass. Then we went to the stage where we planted our seeds kind of into the weeds and we let the weeds just grow. So it was like 90% weeds and 10% small edible plants. Like these pigeon peas were tiny. And yeah, now it's vice versa. We've got a massive amount of edible plants and a tiny amount of weeds. So let me climb this ladder and we'll see what it looks like from the roof. All right, so I'm up here on the roof and honestly, it just looks like pigeon peas. It's cloudy out, so we don't have really great contrast, but you can see the Tithonia or the Mexican sunflower over there, and you can see the big pigeon tree over there, a bunch of pigeon peas in the middle, and a little bit of the ground. So again, not really good contrast from up here, but yeah, I'm excited. Tomorrow, I'm going to be harvesting my first round of pigeon peas, and it'll probably continue for the month of December and a little bit beyond. Exciting stuff, guys. Stay tuned, and I will catch you in the next video.